Today on the channel, we got a little bit of an early Walmart surprise with the Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified series, Ghost Viper and Dire.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today we got a very special one with the Ghost Viper and Direwolf Walmart exclusive. But for all your Walmart exclusive needs, Walmart. But for everything else under the sun, jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. But as I said, Walmart exclusive, but in a crazy plot twist, here we are unboxing this one early. Absolutely wild finding this at the store. Of course, the Walmart right by my work. So I was right down the street from my work. This Walmart got this one on the shelf. Good friend of the channel, Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane. He also got one of these. So there was a couple of them there, and apparently somebody else got another one. So I've heard through the grapevine there was 3 of them at my local Walmart. Your mileage may vary, but the crazy thing about this one is, as I'm filming this a week from now, this goes up for pre-order part of Walmart Con. So is that going to ship from Walmart Con immediately, or did this somehow just get through the Walmart system? Nobody has the answers, and I did post on social media about this one because this was a big find, obviously. And a ton of people saying he was sent this by Hasbro, and he, this got this off the black market from China or something like that. No way he found it in the store. Well, you'll see in my toy hunting video where I did find this. And then the picture, you could see I was in a Walmart store. But people always want to claim, oh, that's not real, it's not real, because that's the easy thing to do. It's fun to pretend that didn't happen, but it is what it is. And once again, oh, you find everything. Well, you're going to find stuff if you go to the store all the time. If you're checking your stores repeatedly, you're going to find some things. And a lot of people complain, but they only go once a week or once a month. Unfortunately, you're not going to find as much stuff that way. But it's always crazy how people say it's not real. And people even accuse it of being AI, that this was AI. So I'm going to do an AI unboxing. As you can see, this is real deal right here. But I did find it at my local Walmart. No shenanigans, no conspiracy here. And I'm the first one to throw the conspiracy around. Not the case with this one. Now, we do got the barcode on this. You probably can't read it there, but maybe I'll try to take a picture of that. How about I take a picture right now? I'll do this and I'll post it in the video so everybody can have the barcode for this. Post that right there for everybody, right there for everybody. But of course, we're going to dive into it. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And it is the Ghost Viper. Now, a lot of people balking at the price point on this one. $60 after tax. That is expensive, especially with so much reuse, but there's also so much differences on this one. So little of this, little of that. You got to vote with your wallet. Personally, I wouldn't mind having multiples of these to go along with Crystal Ball, have him leading this team. We'll see what happens. We got the Cobra logo, G.I. Joe, Hasbro. What's the ages on here? 4 and up, you 4-year-olds, you're in luck. You can play with this Ghost Viper. And this is the perfect Joe for the Halloween season. So I have to imagine this will be in all the stores or shipping from Walmart this month because it makes sense with Halloween. On the side, you got the Ghost Viper and the Direwolf. I believe that's what it should stand for, is the Direwolf. It's a famous wolf, of course. Now, we never had this back in the day. So this is the first time in the line, first time invention for G.I. Joe. Is what it is. You got the QR code over there. Very cool alley, I guess. Spooky. It's spooky part of Joe. Joe, not just for the heavy-duty army stuff. We always get the crazy things, the Serpentors, the Cobra Laws of the world. And we guess this kind of fits into that portion of the G.I. Joe universe. Jibber jabber down low as well. Any kind of Easter eggs here? Nothing really. It's just a viper and his snake and his wolf. And the snake kind of getting left in the background on this one. Everybody giving all the love, of course, to the wolf, but forgetting about the snake. See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. And then we got stuff locked up here. We got the snake locked up there in the cardboard. Of course, we saw that with Serpentor. And quite the loadout here. Obviously, that is why it's $60, but a lot going on with this one. And we first saw this at San Diego Comic-Con 2025, if I'm not mistaken. But now, You can take this offline, get him out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Ghost Viper and the Direwolf. All right, let's dive into the Ghost Viper and the Direwolf, but I forgot to read on the package here. The Dire, the D-I-R-E, the dread-inducing responsive energy beast. So the Dire Beast, obviously named after the Direwolf, as we know. See you later, goodbye. Again, wanted to list that off. But let's start with the accessories. I guess let's start animals first, even ghost animals. Spooky with the ghost animals. But we do got the wolf here, and it is Timber, maybe a family member, or maybe Timber went to the other side and decided to join Cobra on the other side. I don't know, but it is, of course, getting the most out of our molds. That is the name of the game, but man, doing it with translucent plastic is a way to win yourself right into my heart. And I don't know where my heart is. I think it's on my sleeve, maybe not. But we got the beautiful, beautiful wolf here. Of course, we've seen these a time or two, I believe 2 times already. Now it's a 3rd time here. It is basically Timber in a translucent plastic with the dark paint at the top. Very cool looking. Now you do get the very stoic head out of the package here. Bright red eyes. Crazy. You wouldn't be too happy if you came in across a wolf with red eyes staring at you in the dead of night. Probably a pretty scary thing. Looking extra creepy. Second head, you got the mouth open on this one and the red eyes. Looking very, very nice. Now, if you're like me, you're wanting multiples of these. You've got 3, 4 heads technically for this Ghost Viper. So I would really, if I can find a deal, if I can find a way to do it, I would like to have 4 of these guys in my collection. That would mean 4 of these wolves. Nice that we get a different head here so we can go back and forth, mix it up a little bit. That would be a very cool thing to do. So we could have 2 and 2, the twin wolves maybe. But very nice on this one. And of course, the articulation, head removal back, forth, side to side. A little bit of movement up and down on the neck. Arm up and down, side to side. You got the elbow joint and then the lower ankle joint plus the paw joint on this one. 4 paws, of course, on here. You do get the waist swivel there, the tail up, down, back, forth, side to side, and the legs are the same in the front and the back. So we've seen the wolf before. We just haven't seen it in the translucent plastic. But man, does it look good. It looks really, really good right there. So very fun to have that. If you're going to get the most out of your molds, you do it with a twist. You give it here. And I guess we could compare it to one of the Timbers right here. One of the 2. We got the white one and the gray one, of course. But looking nice. Getting the most out of your molds. And you can see the difference here. A lot of similarities, as you can imagine. Very cool. But we're not done with the animals. Of course, you got a wolf and a snake. Why wouldn't you? The big old Cobra snake here. Very fitting, of course, with Cobra. Looking good in the translucent plastic down to the dark head on this with the red eyes. Once again, just nightmare fuel for sure. And we did get one before with Serpentor. So getting the most out of our molds once again. How do you like your snakes? Do you like them translucent? You like them regular? Once again, we've seen them before there. So looking very good. But now we're diving into the Ghost Viper and we're going to dive into his loadout. And he's got a lot of stuff going on with him. I guess we'll start with the weapons where we're going to start now. And we got all kinds of weapons on this one. Very futuristic kind of gun on here. Have we seen this before? I feel like we maybe have, but we do got a little futuristic gun. Looking good, all in black is what it is. You get a little pistol action here. Of course, you got to always have one of these for the closer combat. Ready to go with a black pistol. Now we do get this one, and this is the spooky gun, I think. Yes, it is. So we do get this effect piece here. I'm not sure what this cloud of translucent plastic could be. Todd, you got any ideas over there? Oh, it's what you have after Taco Bell. I see. That's what this is. A cloud of that. Oh, I see. Todd McFarland told us, he said, next time I'm in Arizona, he's going to take me to the best Mexican restaurant he's ever had. I'm like, wow, I can't wait to go back down there, visit the compound, go get some Mexican with Todd. It'd just be an all-timer of a day, Todd. But then Todd says there's this place called Taco Bell right down the street. It's amazing. They're chalupas. You said that double-decker burrito was knocking your socks off, and you fooled us there because you don't wear socks. We know how you go. But I was like, oh man, Arizona, they got to have really good Mexican food down there. But no, it's Taco Bell. That's the best down in Phoenix area. I don't know if I could co-sign that. I'm not sure I can do that there. But we do get this translucent plastic kind of puff of smoke here, but it does morph into a skull. So is it a dead victim, a dead body? I'm not exactly sure, but it does give a little bit more horror elements to this Ghost Viper once again. So you can stick that into the edge of here. Now you do get this hose. The hose is the bane of my existence, is my childhood. But here, all these years later, you plug that into there. So it is, I guess, and I guess we'll go right into the backpack. Why wouldn't we? You get the backpack here. You plug this in. We get all of this linked together here. You got the I guess this is where all the translucent flame skulls are made. I'm not exactly sure the backstory. That's why a file card is so important. But as we can see, we get it, the liquid, the goo, whatever it may be, it comes from here, it goes through the hose, comes through here into the weapon, shoots out as a flaming skull. Pretty cool, all things considered here, but nice translucent green plastic on this one as well along the way. So a lot of cool stuff. And once again, you buy multiples of these, there's enough weapons, there's enough accessories to make each one a little bit different. That is a lot of fun. But now we continue on. We got the big sharpshooter gun here as well. I guess for the long range here, like a young lowlife or Naugahyde might have had something like this as well. A nice scope at the top on this one. No magazines or anything that are removable in any of these. So the more you know, the more you know. Now we keep on going here, and I guess we'll go to these translucent hands. Very cool as well. These plug in the hands. They got a little bit of the effect over that'll go over the forearm. Big long hands on this one. Very, very creepy. Little nightmare fuel in the translucent plastic. Very cool to see that. Keep on going here. We do get a little translucent effect pieces, and I believe, yep, these go right here on the readouts on his forearms. So you plug those, I believe. Doesn't want to stay in there for me though. I believe that's right. Yep, there it goes. Goes right there. So you get a little bit of that translucent. Just another little effect piece you can add to these ones. So you do get one for each forearm. Once again, man, a lot of loadout with this pack right here. And I guess we do get some goggles. We've had these with Vipers before. This is a Ghost Viper, so you do get the standard issue goggles. Once again, seen those before. But now we got 4 heads for this one. Yes, 4. And I guess we'll start with the one right out of the package here. Have we seen this head? I don't think we have. Have we? I don't think we have. But we do got a little translucent plastic on this one. It is a straight up mask. It's almost like he's protected himself from some of these fumes and flames, whatever they are. He doesn't want to be engulfed into all of that. So we do have that head. I don't think this is the one I would use though. If I only could use one head, this isn't the one I'm going to use. This one might be. It's like your Viper helmet here, but it's like a ghost mask behind there. It almost looks like one of those face masks like a motocross guy would have. We got the green translucent plastic over there. Got the skull hiding behind. Very, very cool to see this. And I believe you can pop these over the top. You can or you can't. It's up to you. That gives it a little bit more of a classic Viper look there. So a Ghost Viper. That screams Ghost Viper to me. Now the other heads here, we're taking it to the netherworld, or the other realm, whatever you want to call it. We do get a wolf head. Once again, very cool. You get a wolf with this one. You can add this. Now I wish this would fit on the head here. It'd be very cool to have this on. Unfortunately, the pegs aren't the same, so that isn't going to work. But basically, almost like a classic werewolf. Could we call this a werewolf? I guess you could. Looking very nice. Red eyes, translucent plastic, then dark at the top once again on there. And then we get the snake head. Once again, seeing the theme here. Cobra, obviously. You get the cobra head. So once again, you get 2 of these guys. Let's say you have one as the snake portion. You have one as the wolf portion. Really leaning towards getting 4 of these figures. I hope we can get a deal eventually on these, because $60 times 4, I don't even want to do that math. Get the toes out, Todd. It's an expensive day at the office, but very fun. A very fun set so far here. I just don't like the price point, but what are you going to do? You can't fight City Hall. But very cool to get this Cobra head as well. So a lot of choices. It really is a choose your own adventure pack. Boy, it's tough to pick one, too. I'm leaning towards probably the wolf. I'm a big werewolf guy. So leaning that as my favorite. Then probably the snake head after that. Then the Ghost Viper head. And my least favorite easily is the head that comes out of the package. Your mileage may vary. Rank your heads in order in the comments down below. But now we're going to dive into this figure. Outside of the heads here, feeling very Viper-like. He's got the big vest over the top like Vipers. You got the grenades in there as well. Brownish color, I guess we'll call it brown. And then you got the gray suit throughout with the brown accents throughout. You got the black gloves, 2 trigger finger hands here. Readouts on the forearm, I guess. It does say 75% on that one, 75% on both of them. So whatever that goo, slime, translucent, whatever it is, it's at 75%, it does say. And you do got some of that translucent piping in here. Now, I don't know. Is this glow in the dark? I guess we're going to find out. Once I do my glamour shots, we'll find out. I don't believe this is glow in the dark. It's just translucent plastic. But how cool would this be as a glow in the dark set? Now, I don't want Hasbro to get any ideas, but they're probably 10 steps ahead of us. Because, Todd, I think one time you told me, Kyle, you sat me down. You said, Kyle, I want to talk to you from right here, your heart. You pointed to that. And you said, I got to let you know about Hasbro. Kyle, you're over there playing checkers. They're playing chess. That's what he said. And I said, are they? Are they, Todd? Are they really playing chess? I think they're playing Chinese checkers and I'm playing checkers. I think that's what's going on with Hasbro. But I would not be shocked to see them re-release this as a Pulse exclusive a year later with glow-in-the-dark plastic. It just writes itself at this point. Checks in the mail, Hasbro. If you didn't think of that, you better send me some money, but it is what it is. But articulation, you do got some butterfly shoulders, bicep cut, arms all the way around, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands back and forth, side to side, waist articulation, no real ab crunch, can't really get to it with that big vest, head back and forth, side to side, removable, neck articulation in there, and then you do get the waist articulation, big old Viper splits if you need it, drop down hips, yep, leg goes up for the big boot, thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees, boot cut, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down as well. Our usual G.I. Joe Classified Series articulation at this point in time. Looking very good. You got the belt there. You do got a holster here for one weapon. So you're only storing one weapon here. You're going to have a lot of this stuff in baggies. Make sure you mark it. You don't want 10 years from now not to know what those go to or what figure they go to. Forearm guards are removable, so if you take the hands off, you can take off the forearms if you want to use them. If you don't want to use them, as we say, choose your own adventure, as you guys know. This should fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand. Use code Kyle, save 10%. What do you know? Fitting right on there very, very easily. Looking good. This is a fun one. Once again, a Walmart exclusive. Going up for Walmart Con this week as I'm filming this. Your mileage may vary if you find it in your stores, but I wouldn't be shocked. They're not just sending them to one store in the middle of nowhere. I don't think. But these should be hitting stores in the future, so be on the lookout for that. It looks like it might have shipped with the Marauders 2-pack. I'm not exactly sure, but be on the lookout at your local Walmart the next couple of weeks or maybe the next month. Once again, your mileage may vary. We do got Crystal Ball, the leader of this outfit. And I always liked Crystal Ball. A lot of people hated Crystal Ball as a kid. I loved Crystal Ball. Maybe it was my age bracket. I'm not sure. But I like the idea of him getting his own little sub-team. I think that is a fun thing. And I would love to see every Halloween season they build on that with a different character for that. I think that would be something cool to see. I don't know. Maybe I'm just booking my own angles. I don't know. But I do like this figure a whole lot. I don't like the $60 price point, but let's be honest. You get a lot of stuff here, but you got to say at the same time, it is molds we've seen in the past. So they're getting the most out of their molds, but at the same time, very cool. Have to imagine a lot of us Joe fans will be picking this one up. It's too cool not to. It's just going to be tough to army build this one. As I said, I'd like to find 3 more of these. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but is it worth it to you? What's your thoughts on this Ghost Viper? Are you picking up 1? You picking up 4? Somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. You know we got G.I. Joe videos every single day almost of this channel. Almost every day at this point, Todd McFarlane. And we got more coming very soon, so be on the lookout for those. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and my other channel. Check out Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Anybody that signs up for the Patreon this month, you get entered into a free figure giveaway. You can be a free Patreon member and be entered as well. Check it out. Link in the description down below. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show, of course, at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for the Ghost Viper and the Direwolf, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?